I like to feed the birds in my garden, so I end up with a few of these seed sacks, and they're quite strong, so I always feel it's a shame to throw them out. So I'm going to show you how to turn them into a useful shopper. So firstly, flatten and open out the bag, and here I'm marking a strip which is 10 centimetres from the top, so that's about 4 inches. Now I'm putting it off, and that's going to be the handles. So we cut that strip into 2 pieces. Now I'm going to trim off the bit at the bottom with the stitching, so we have an even section at the bottom. And I've set my machine up with a regular needle size 80 or 90 and regular all-purpose polyester sewing thread, although you could use extra strong thread if you have it. And I've used probably a 3mm stitch length. Now I've flattened out the bottom to create corners, and I've marked a line across to make a box corner, and I'm measuring about 12 centimetres across. It's about 5 inches. And I'm going to sew across the line I've marked. Make sure you sew right into the 2 folds at either end of the line. Then trim off the excess. Now at the top, I've folded over up about 3 centimetres, that's about 1¼ inches. And I'm just going to stitch that down. Again, I'm using quite a large stitch length, like 3.5mm long stitch. You'll notice I've removed the flatbed section of my machine to reveal the free arm, so I can slip the bag over the free arm of the machine. Now to form the handles, take the 2 strips and fold them lengthways, then open out and fold the cut edges into the crease down the centre. See, I'm scoring these with the edge of my nail, make a crease. Then fold again so you have 4 thicknesses, and stitch down both long sides. I'm sewing quite close to the edge here, so probably about 2mm or 3mm in from the edge. And that's about 1/8 of an inch. And that's the second side done. So do that for both handles. Now what I'm doing here is a second line of stitching across the bottom of the bag at the corner for reinforcement. It's quite tricky to get this over your machine. So if you can't manage it, don't worry about it. So what I'm actually doing is fixing the seam allowances on the inside to the side of the bag. When I do the second side, I did it from the inside, so you'll be able to get a better view of what I'm actually doing. So there we see the reinforcement stitching to make the bottom of the bag stronger. And then on the second side, you can see I've done it from the inside. You can see where I'm stitching. And I think it's a bit easier to do it this way. But you only find that out when you try it. Now I'm attaching the handles about a third of the way in from each side of the bag. You can measure with a ruler if you want, but I'm probably just eyeballed it. Using my wonder clips because pins are difficult to get through thick plastic. I'm going to sew around in a square. So needle down to pivot the second side. And I decided it's easier to go backwards than to try and find the bag round and go forwards. And then probably easier to go backwards. And then sew across the diagonal. And it's necessary to backtrack across one side so you can complete the second diagonal and make a cross. You don't have to do the cross, you can just leave it at the square. You'll see I've actually also stitched around the top a second time, which I did and forgot to switch the camera on. Oops. So we repeat that for the second handle. And there's your bag finished, ready to go shopping. And you can see that my birds are very well fed. I always have plenty of these bags.